Hello my dear students, so today we'll proceed with the next part of your integration only. Before that you have some formula, as I said you in previously we had used one of this. So take down this integration root of x square minus a square. See, you have 1 by root of or 1 by x square plus x square, all that formulas. Now just numerator part you have root of x square minus a square, d square is x by 2, root of x square minus a square minus a square by 2 log of modulus x plus root of x square minus a square plus integration constant. Integration root of a square minus s square dx is 1 by 2 x, same, root a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by e. Integration root of x square plus a square will be same. See, this part is same for all, just x by 2 and whatever it is. See, here also x by 2 and root of a square plus, here only it changes, plus log modulus x plus root of x square plus a square plus c. Okay, based on this we will proceed to our next topic that is fundamental theorem of calculus. In that area of a function, what we have done, consider a curve y is equal to f of x. Okay, so the area region bounded, it is given as how integration f of x from where, a to b, that midpoint a to x, x to b means direct x they have taken, y is equal to f of x, ordinates x is equal to a, x equal to b, and even your x axis. So area of function is given by integration a to x, this is your a of x, so a to x f of x dx, this shaded portion. Okay, based on that you have first fundamental theorem of integral calculus. What it tells, f be continuous function of the closed interval a to b, okay, and a of x be the area of function. So then its derivative, that is a dash of x, will be equal to f of x for all x belongs to closed interval a to b. We will be using these theorems in our problems. This is very important theorem, like this is too much used. Second fundamental theorem of calculus we tell, what it tells, let f be continuous function defined on closed interval a comma b and capital F be an antiderivative of f. Whatever function is there, its derivative is given as capital F. Then integration f of x dx, your integrals from a to b they have given, from a to b. So how it will be, f of x, then you have to apply the limits what they have given, and first you should apply your upper limit, then your minus lower limit. Through example I will explain you. So I have taken your example, integration x square dx, integrals limit they have given 2, 3, lower limit is 2, upper limit is 3. So let's start the solution. So we know, let I is equal to integration x square dx 2 to 3. So whenever if you have like this, when they have given you integrals, definite integrals it is, it's not something different to do. First you have to integrate the inside part. How they have said, f, this capital F be an antiderivative of, means this we will take as, see here they have written f of x, here it is f of small f of x and here it is capital F of x, means its derivative. So first we will integrate it. Okay, so first we will integrate it, then we will apply the limits. So how we can take, since capital, okay, or else integration x square dx, which is equal to f of x, right? Here on I'll write f of x means what, integrating your x square dx. X square dx integration is what, x cube divided by 3, right? It is in the form of x raised to n, right? X raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. First you have to integrate, but don't add here integration constant. ಇಲ್ಲಿ integration constant add ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಿ. First ನೀವು interior part integrate ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಅದು integration ನಾವು denote ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, capital F of x. First denote it, okay. So here see, you can write, after integrating, this integration sign goes x cube by 3 and you get a bracket, okay, you'll get a bracket, then you should write the limit to 3. After this you have to calculate it, right? Why they have given 2 3, you have to calculate it. So calculating means what? In place of x you have to put these values, first the upper limit value, then lower limit value. Means your 1 by 3 keep outside, you will be having x cube 3 2. You have to find the value of x, right? So 1 by 3 again. Now what you have to do? X, in place of x first you have to put 3. First you have to calculate for upper limit minus lower limit. See, f of b minus f of a. This is a, this is b, right? A, b. A, b we give, right? So 3 raised to cube it is, right? 3 raised to cube minus 2 raised to cube. Like this you have to do. 1 by 3 you write. 3 cube is 27, right? 2 cube is 8. So you will be left with what? 19 divided by 3. Like this you have to solve. In this case, whenever integrals they have given, which means you have to find the value of that x. In this we have to find the value of x. Don't add here any integration constant or anything. First step is what? You have to integrate whatever inside part it is. Then apply the limits. This we call as your limit. Upper limit, this is taken as upper limit, that is b. This is lower limit, that is a. Okay, we will see the examples, then you can do it. Exercise 7.9, third question I have taken. Integration 4x cube minus 5x square plus 6x plus 9 dx, and integrals is from 1 to 2. So first write let I is equal to, now we'll integrate it. Here if you see it is a full polynomial function, so integrating what? Only your variables, right? If you want separately you can do, right? For each separately integration 1 to 2 4x cube dx minus again apply integration, you can do like that, or directly also we can do at a time only, because here we are applying what? X raised to n on the integration, right? For each and thing. So when you are integrating, your sign goes and you should take a bracket, or if you don't, you can take any bracket. Just what I am telling is, you are integrating means sign goes automatically. 4 was there, keep your 4 as it is, it was x cube. So x cube integration is what? X raised to 4 divided by 4. What we are applying? X raised to n is equal to x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Minus 5 was there, keep as it is. X square was there, so integration of that becomes x cube by 3. Plus 6, x was there, integration of x is x square by 2. Plus 9 and 1 was there, 1 with respect to dx, that is x. And your integral, so you have to write 1 to 2. Is very important. Now you see this 4 ones are, 4 ones are get cancels, here doesn't get cancels, 2 ones are, 2 3s are. So you are having x raised to 4 minus 5 by 3x cube plus 3x squared plus 9x, integrals don't forget to write 1 to 2. Now you have to find the value of x, right? So only they will give you the limits. So now substitute in your x, each x, the values. First upper limit minus lower limit you have to do. See here I have taken x raised to 4 it is. So first upper limit 2 raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 4, only for your x raised to 4. Okay, each term you have to do. Minus what I have done, 5 by 3 I kept outside, x cube was there. So 2 cube minus 1 cube. See 2 cube minus 1 cube. Again 3 I kept outside, x square. 2 square minus 1 square. See I have written 2 square minus 1 square. Same 9 keeping out, x 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1. I hope it is clear. For both the limits you have to do. Now just put the values and solve it. So you will get 16 minus 1, 5 by 3, 8 minus 1 plus 3, 4 minus 1 plus 9, 2 minus 1 is 100. So 15 minus 5 by 3 into 7 plus 3 into 3 plus 9. So if you calculate, you will get answer 64 by 3. See here you will get 15 minus 35 by 3 plus 9, 9. LCM you can take 3, or first add this 3 only. 9, 9, 18 plus 15 is 33 minus 35 by 3. Now you take the LCM, so you get 99 minus 35 by 3. So your final answer is 64 by 3. So next part, fifth question, integrating cos 2x dx from 0 to pi by 2. So first write let I. Now we will integrate. So integration means obvious your integration sign goes. cos 2x integration is what? Yes, it is sin 2x. Cos 2x integration is sin 2x, but again derivative of your 2x becomes divided by 2. Derivative of 2x is 2 and that comes in division, don't forget. So, and your integrals they have given 0 to pi by 2. And you can take both the side, or just you can keep at the end also. You can put just line and write the integrals. Now you have pi by 2 to 0. So 1 by 2 will keep outside. So 1 by 2 I have kept outside. You will be having sin 2x from 0 to pi by 2. Now you have to apply your limit. First upper limit, then lower limit. Using what? Your second theorem, right? What it tells? F of x from your a to b, if it is, means how you have to do? First upper limit minus lower limit. So same, sin 2 only in x values, pi by 2 minus sin 2 0. So 1 by 2, see 2 to get cancels, you will be having sin pi. Sin pi means your sin n pi is usually what? Sin n pi is equal to 0. Okay, so your sin pi, sin 2 pi, sin 4 pi, sin 3 pi, everything will be 0 minus, and sin 0, 2 into 0 will be 0 only. Sin 0 is also 0 degree. So you will get 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 0 minus 0 is 0. So 1 by 2 into 0 will be 0, right? So your answer will be 0. Be careful in this, okay? Next question I have taken 8th one, integration cosec x dx from pi by 6 to pi by 4. So same, right, let I integrate your cosec x given by log modulus cosec x minus cot x, and then apply your limits, that is pi by 6, pi by 4, just write it. Now applying your limit, first this whole for your upper limit, then whole for your lower limit, right? So log determine modulus cosec pi by 4 minus cot pi by 4 minus again log cosec pi by 6 minus cot pi by 6. Yes, you have to see your f of a minus f of b. Now log keep as it is, cosec pi by 4. Cosec is your sine inverse, right? 1 by sine is your cosec. Your sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So cosec will be root 2. Cot pi by 4, it will be 1 inverse of your tan minus log cosec pi by 6, you will get 2 minus cot, it will be root 3, because tan pi by 6 it is 1 by root 3, so cot will be root 3. So you are getting log of root 2 minus 1 log 2 root 3. So this I can write as log a minus log b is taken as log a divided by log b, right? So log a minus log b is log a by b. So directly I can write log a minus log b, log a by b. So this is your final answer. So it is very easy problems. Just you have to find the values of x by placing your limits. That's it. Next question, 14th one. Integration 2x plus 3 divided by 5x squared plus 1 dx, and integrals they have given. So now what we will do? This by this, this by this. Two forms will take. Why? Because here with one part you will go substitution and one part directly formula can go. So we will do it in a two parts. So I 2x by 5x square plus 1 integral 0 to 1 dx plus 3 by 5x square plus 1 0 to 1. So we are taking this I1, I2. First we will solve for I1 because here substitution method goes. Then we will go for I2. Then everything we can substitute. So next here I1. Now what we will do? 5x square plus 1 will take as t. See, when we differentiate we get 10x, but here it is 2x. See, our main intention of your substitution will be what? Your variables should cut out. It's okay with your constant anyhow. Okay, because constant if you keep outside, you have to just integrate the t term, right? So 5x square plus 1 you are taking as t. 5 keeping as it is, your x square differentiation is 2x. 1 will be 0, dt by dx. So you get 10x is equal to dt by dx. See, we got this. We want our dx value also. So dx becomes what? Dt by 10x, right? So substitute everything in your I1. 2x divided by t, dx is dt by 10x. If you want, you can apply here only limit or at last. So we can apply here also limit if you want. So 2x by t dt by dx, your x get cancels, 2 1s are 2 5s are. So you will be having 1 by 5 I have kept outside, you will be having 1 by t dt. So 1 by t integration is what? Log t, right? And from 0 to 1. Now replace your t. Here better don't apply the limits. Why? Because see here, limits is for our x function and here we are integrating t. So just first integrate it. At last when you replace your t there with x, then you apply the limits. Okay. So your t, so replacing your t, it becomes what? 5x square plus 1. Limits is 0 to 1, right? Now put your limits. So 1 by 5 as it is, log, first your upper limit 5 into 1 plus 1, it becomes 6, minus log lower limit, right? 5 into 0 is 0 plus 1, so it becomes log 1. See, log 1 is usually 0, so you will be having 1 by 5 log 6 as your answer for I1. Since your log 1 is equal to 0. So, you will get 1 by 5 log 6. Now, we will consider our I2. See 3, if you want you can take or just keep it outside because we will apply here our formula itself. So, you have I2 1 by 5x square plus 1 dx. Okay. Later on we will apply the limit. So, usually when you are applying the formula, we don't want the coefficient of x to be any number other than 1. So, we will make it 1. To make it 1, I should divide it by 5, right? Here it is 5. So, 1 by 5, take it outside, you will be having 1 by x square plus, when you are taking 5 from this both common, here it will be 1 by 5 only, right? dx. We have taken 1 by 5 outside, you will be having x square plus 1 by 5. So, now we will make it in the formula form, that is x square plus a square, right? So, how it will be x square plus, to make this square we will take it 1 by root 5 whole square, usually it comes the same. So, what is the formula? 1 by x square plus a square dx is 1 by a tan inverse x by a. So, we will write the same, 1 by 5, keep it as it is, 1 by a is what? Your 1 by root 5. So, you will get here, so you will get 1 by 1 root 5 into again tan inverse x by a is again 1 by root 5. Am I correct? So, see here 1 by 5 into 1 by root 5 means root 5 goes up, it will be root 5 by 5, tan inverse here also it will be, okay. So, this is root 5 by 5 means 5 can be splitted as root 5. So, root 5 and your 1 here root 5 get cancelled. So, you will be having 1 by root 5 tan inverse root 5 x, right. You have got like this. Now, apply the limit. Put here 0 to 1. Here you can take 0 to 1, or if you want you can keep it as it is and just solve this part. But don't forget to apply your limits 0 to 1. Now, applying our limit. Applying your limit, tan inverse root 5 into 1 will be root 5 minus tan inverse root 5 into 0 will be 0. So, tan inverse 0 is 0, right. So, 1 by root 5 you will be having tan inverse root 5. So, this is your I2. Now, substituting your I1 and your I2 in your equation 1. I hope I am clear. See, if you are writing here only 0 to 1, 0 to 1, it's okay. But you should remember that you have to apply your limit. I will write here only 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. Here all you should write 0 to 1. Okay, if you don't write but at the last you have to put and you have to do. Okay, now I1, I2 will substitute in 1. So, I value is I1 plus 3 I2, 1 by 5 log 6 plus 3 by root 5 tan inverse root 5. I hope I am clear for you. Okay. If you want you can write this also, your phi is given as factors of phi is root 5 root 5. Next is 18th one, sin square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2 dx, and your integrals are 0 to pi. So, solution same, let I is equal to 0 to pi sin square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2. If you remember, I had given you formulas, identities. Cos 2 theta is what? Cos square theta plus minus sin square theta. This is the same, but in your half angle, right? This is half of this, given in the same but half angle. You will be having in your PUC first year also, you have this half angle formulas, we call this. in place of theta, what it is? Theta by 2. So 2 if you cancel, you will get theta only, right? In place of theta, it is theta by 2. So how it is? Cos theta is cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. It is the same form. But we know that it is cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. But here they have given sin square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2. They have given ulta. I mean like opposite they have given. So just to make it in this form, what we will do? Minus sign will take outside and first we will keep our cos square x by 2. So we will write let I 0 to pi take minus and write here cos square x by 2 minus then sin square x by 2. Now it becomes your same, that is cos theta, right? So I integration 0 to pi minus cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. See, cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2 is cos theta. So this becomes cos x dx. Now integrating cos x. So now integrating, keep your minus sign outside. You have to integrate your cos x. Cos x integration is sin x and your integrals are 0 to pi. Now apply your limits. Here on your right, minus first upper limit sin pi minus lower limit sin 0. So as I have said you, sin pi is obvious 0. Sin n pi is usually what? Our sin n pi value is equal to 0. So sin n pi 0 means sin pi, sin 2 pi, sin 3 pi, everything with pi will be 0. So sin pi 0 minus 0 everything. So you will get I as your answer 0. I hope I am clear for you this much. Please go through it properly and solve it. Okay, we will meet in the next class with a next form. Thank you, students.